Let all the world see what will happen.
And with any luck, you'll still be there to see it happen.
I hope I stop being a ghost soon.
I assume
So
someone
do
in
we
the party
all.
could do with this
So
spell
do we
magic.
all.
Guess I could, but
Alrighty. By way of a brief resume, you lot have come into this temple where several graves are, and you couldn't find the keeper, the caretakers anywhere. But now that you finally stumbled into the most protected of the graves, you have found them. Their body parts, dismembered at all points, pollute the water here. I believe someone had
Did we
just.
cleanse it?
Yes, thing is that has an upper limit that is measured in cubic feet per caster level rather. Gonna need at least 3 of those to clear out this much water, but you have cleared it somewhat, enough that you could see the bodies without digging for them in clotted red water.
Ew.
I agree.
And my token is suddenly moved.
So you just pulled a skull from the thing. We're about to cast Speak with the Holy Ancestors. So get on with it.
Let me just double check if I've already cast it or not before the session ended.
Yep. Let's see here. Minute per level, question per 2 caster levels. Okay, good. It's not one of these ones where you have to ask every question one at a time and you can't dither it all because you only have 1 round per question.
Yeah, that's silly. Looks like I already cast it.
Okay. So, the energy swirls around the skull briefly, and a thin spectral image of a jawbone appears under it, and it begins chattering quietly to itself.
Greetings, Sir Dwarf. I apologize to pull you from your rest. Waiting to see if I can actually respond.
Is the skull on? Is it on?
Bombard,
Aye.
could you please try speaking in Dwarven?
Aye. He asks in Dwarven. Respected Ancestor, we apologize for breaking your rest, but we have questions. Either he's enjoying that jawbone too much or he didn't finish.
It would seem that he's too damaged to respond.
Not entirely. Any of you have magic and fix that, maybe? I've seen some priests fix corpses that were a bit damaged up once in a while. Missing leg or something,
I don't have any experience with the dead.
Also, did you just tell us that you've seen priests performing taxidermy?
No, it's more like restore corpse before a funeral kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
That's a spell. People would probably, considering
Yes.
the kind of battles dwarves get into that actually end up killing them, it usually involves a loss of body part.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm imagining them stuffing dwarves and putting them in the halls.
Yeah, I guess we could do that.
I find necromancy distasteful. Woo!
As you should.
Aye, but some necromancy can help corpses look a little less chunky.
Yes, I'm thinking a moment. Uncertain if I have anything.
Necromancy is my one opposition school.
I could fish around and try and find it its proper lower jaw, but
Too bad I'm out of polymorph any objects. I can just give it a new
Ancestor,
jaw.
you know Morse. Let's try this then.
Let's
Ancestor.
speak to him with an Aldous lamp.
Ancestor, if your jawbone's in there, 2 clicks. Alright, his jawbone's in there. Alright. Gonna perception check that. I rolled terrible, but I'm trying to find jawbone, so.
You root around in the less than clean water for a minute near where you found the head, and do come up with a jawbone that seems to be of the right width.
Comes out, grumbles, something about like wishing he was clean again, and something about ancestor blood, and tries to put the jawbone back in place as gently as possible.
Where am I?
Brought back to the plane of the living.
Temporarily, ancestor.
The eyes roll back and it goes into some moaning stupor.
We would ask you what happened here. How did these creatures get in?
The grave. Oh, the grave. They burst forth from the hallowed place. Never seen such destruction wrought by such tiny teeth.
The grave. This grave?
The grave of Halron.
Howard.
Yeah, quick check around to see if there's any dwarven writing in this room with the grave.
The only markings on any of the coffins is a small label of its name that is usually placed on the head end of the coffin.
I already waded through that filth once and rather not have to again. But considering I'm already filthy.
Thank you, Bombard. Make sure to clean you afterwards.
Yeah, well, better. He's like holding his beard up slightly so it doesn't get damp.
The water is just a little shallower than waist deep on you.
Thus, picking up the beard. You've seen my beard, aye? This is glorious. Right, what's this particular headstone?
It does seem to be to a Halron Halronson.
Bombard nods. Aye, this be his grave, alright. So it came from here somehow, so...
Let me take a look.
Alright, go ahead. Honored Ancestor, by come sweeping out of here, did you have anything more specific? Like, out of the grave specific, like, or like some hole in the chamber?
They burst forth from the passage. I know not whence they came.
Alright. And they being a bunch of flying bat-like creatures?
The bones.
To be sure, Ancestor, this did happen. You died to flying one of these. He takes out one of the corpses they picked up.
The skull begins shrieking in terror.
I quickly put it away. Apologies, Ancestor. Alright, so that would be what happened then.
You will be safe in your resting place again soon enough.
Alright. While we have you, Ancestor, would you mind explaining the strange bridge with gold on one side?
Your faith will prove yourself there.
Does not seem very relevant to the current problem.
I'm sticking my head in the grave.
Inside the coffin, you do not see a dwarven body. Oh, hold on just a second. Gotta answer the door.
Fucking cliffhanger.
In the meantime, we're both seeing a ghost stick his head into a grave.
Yeah, well, let's face it, we've both always seen stupider and weirder stuff.
Yeah, I need to prepare it. I need to prepare more of those polymorph any objects because Moment of Prescience isn't really good for an 8th level spell. It looks nice until you actually think about it.
Okay.
I probably should have thought more about dazing black tentacles before I prepared that too.
All right. So you stick your head through the coffin lid, and you do not find a dwarf's body like you kind of expected or hoped to. Instead, the inside of the coffin is lined with these little decayed black pods, almost like some kind of festering eggs.
There's eggs in here.
That is rather unpleasant.
Eggs of what?
Let's see.
Eggs of what would be a good question. How they got in there would be a better one.
I would assume there are things we destroyed, but I know not what they are.
That being the problem so far, personally, I'm more concerned about how they got the eggs in there.
Yes. Honored dwarf, is there anyone amongst your number who would place eggs to defile a coffin?
Or just works with the coffins directly.
Second. None of my order would defile a grave in such a manner. We have had few visitors of late, but cannot imagine them getting away with this.
I'd be surprised about what kind of foulness those who don't respect ancestors can get away with. The point being, has there been anyone who's been inside that chamber alone for any period of time?
We keep no records.
Do you know personally? Can remember anything? Anyone who's commonly goes in there to clean it alone or some such?
There was a dwarf, black-bearded, very tall. He wanted to pray alone.
You got a name for us if you can remember that at all? Name, clan, perhaps?
The jawbone falls off of the skull and it ceases moving.
Damn it.
The magic's expired. At least the idea of a tall dwarf is some information.
Guards unfold his arms. Tall to a dwarf can mean a difference of inches, you lad. And the black beard doesn't help matters either. If he had told me what kind of braids he had, his clan name, preference in ale even, would have been some steps, but a slightly tall dwarf, unless this thing's like nearly human-sized, it's not noticeably tall to the rest of you, and even then, it's a bit of a stretch.
Aye, we should ask the spider.
Aye. Right. Spider then.
I'm still holding a skull.
You might want to put that back. Unless you want to make a Shakespeare quote.
It seems a little disrespectful to put it back into the blood pool.
Well, this place has graves, but none of them, and it's going to take me at least an hour to go through the proper rites and basically dig them a tunnel. So
I'll just put it down on the
put it on the
on
side,
the
it's not in the pool.
Yeah. That.
Just don't step on it by accident if you would. Come on, let's go talk to the devil, my character with the rest, so we can just jump everyone over.
Yeah, I'll put the skull down, and we're off to see the spider.
Off to see the spider.
I'll
Follow the
lag,
blue brick road.
I'll lag behind them just a bit, and when I'm pretty sure nobody's looking, I'll clean off the skull with prestidigitation.
Okay.
Poor bastard.
I don't think you really needed to wait until no one was looking for that, but
He doesn't
don't
want
want
anybody
anybody
to be doing a nice person thing.
I don't want people to think I'm nice.
Fair.
When we reach this bridge, he says something about faith. Garzan kindly asks for Falton to just sort of hold on to one end of his gun while he tries something.
Very well.
He attempts just to walk across the darkness, fully in faith that he can just make it. Just like, obviously there's an invisible bridge here, I'm just going to walk across.
Your foot finds no purchase, and you plummet off of the edge. Bolton, strength check.
Oh boy.
Okay. Bombard.
Mm.
You could still grab the bridge, but you're going to need both hands to do it.
He's holding the gun, so I'll just build the bridge.
I am holding his gun.
I said to hold me by the gun, please.
Yes, and you have lost your footing and are beginning to fall.
So he still has hold of my gun then?
Ah, yes.
Then I use my holding to get on the bridge.
Okay, reflex save.
The one I'm good at.
Has my ghost form worn off yet?
For some reason I can't.
What
There
was
it
the duration it was going to last again?
1 hour.
It will be running out soon, yes.
If he crosses the field that's there, will it just turn off?
We've discovered that yes, it turns off while he's crossing. Once he's on this side, it turns back on again. It still has a duration. The thing is, you have to be able to cross in order for it to turn back on, and summoned creatures can't obviously cross because they just go back home. So
Okay.
anyway, so how's
So
the
does he
29
fall to
do?
his death?
Gorazin, you plummet into the darkness, missing
No.
the rotting bridges by inches. You don't?
My lucky hammer kicks in. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh.
You have failed me, lucky hammer.
Well.
Okay.
I don't want to fall. Should
You
I use a
grab
hero
it.
point?
You grab a spare, you grab one of the boards and it crumbles under your fingers.
Damn you, lucky hammer! I can't cover you roll. I just don't know whether or not I should bother wasting a hero point to get 4. I know I failed. I just don't know how much I failed. That's a 29. I have no idea how difficult this reflex save is. Well, if I die here, I'd rather not die, so I gotta use the hero point. Increase that by 4, please. No, I have no hero points.
Okay. Fulton jumps forward and manages to grab your other hand, and with everyone's assistance, they claw you back up onto the bridge.
Well,
That seems
and that's
foolish.
why dwarves don't jump, everyone.
Yes, faith is an honorable trait, but I imagine not having the greed to go for the wealth is part of this.
Yeah, but that's likely the treasure chamber of these priests who need it to spend it on things. So there's usually a way in.
And we have no need of it.
Nor do they, and I don't want robbers swinging by and taking it.
Do you believe they will have any greater luck than you did?
Aye, if they're determined enough. If we were determined enough, we'd get it, let's admit that, aye. I'd like to take it and donate it back so they can rebuild this place.
Noble goal, I suppose.
I mean, yeah, we might take some so we can transport it, just for transportation's sake. But most of it, I would probably put towards encouraging other dwarves to come back here and reinforce and reuse it.
Fair.
If
In
it
any
says,
case-
look, did you see that hall? How few of those halls remain of our ancestors? This place needs to be preserved. Can't be just abandoned to some random tribe of goblins.
Yes, your argument is sound, but
Just
obviously
a moment,
that is
Brad.
not the
Checking
way
something
across.
on that.
Can I have my gun back? Thanks for holding us.
Aye.
Thank you kindly.
Let's see.
Hey, you're, pardon me. He gestures at the floating snake with arms. Is that thing able to cross?
That is a good question.
It seems like something she should know, and I don't.
For reference, if this is an anti-magic field, you're only going to be fine because you summoned it through a supernatural ability, not a spell.
Lindhall tries to teleport through the wall into the chamber, but finds himself a little out of breath and just off to the far side of the chamber.
What, she looks behind him. I guess you were impatient, lad.
I just ducked around the corner. For all you know, I just teleported over here because I got bored.
Exactly. That's why I was looking behind me like, did you get impatient? And...
I will admit, the ability to teleport that easily must be a useful thing.
Aye. That'd be magic for you. So, what about this little flying feller?
Alakarak, would you like to try?
Could you repeat that, please?
Alakarak, would you like to try? To attempt?
Let's see here. Eidolons they do count as summoned creatures, right?
Not really. It's a
It
supernatural
can't be
thing.
dispelled.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, they only get sent back to home plane when reduced to negative hit points or con score reduction.
Eidolons count as summoned creatures for certain things, but yeah, they can't be dispelled.
So if they walk into an anti-magic field, they'd be okay. Is the idea.
Yeah, they're also immune to like protection spells, so...
Right. Okay. In that case, Alakirak slithers out onto the bridge.
If it can fly, have it,
Go, my pet. See what you can do.
Trying to fly?
Back to the treasure
To
room.
cross over to the treasure room.
Just double checking something.
It is natural flight, actually. This thing does have wings.
Yes, it just has wings.
Serpentine with the evolution for wings.
Yeah, I didn't pay extra for the supernatural.
This might come in handy once.
Plus, I just want a snake with wings.
Who doesn't want a snake with wings?
Okay, there we go. Shows the extraordinary version of flight.
Yeah, the one with wings. Just the ordinary flight version.
Yes.
Grows wings, flaps around.
Okay. Alakirak flaps about a bit and flies towards the entrance to the chamber.
Yeah, on in.
Yeah, one sec.
It activates a hidden trap of deadly lasers.
Could Alakirak make a will save, please?
Son of a bitch. Yeah, you rolled high.
Okay. A weird thrum sound fills the air, and Alakirak begins falling.
No.
She'll wave her hand quickly and just dismiss him.
Alakirak
Well,
turns safely to home.
I must repeat myself in that any thieves are unlikely to enter that room.
I just had a really stupid fucking
Or
idea.
any
Oh, good.
Okay, this is SOC, so I'm just thinking of this aloud. Okay, so don't jump all over me with hobnail boots. I could stand on the bridge and full attack the wall that way, and use the grit point blowout shot to send myself 5 feet per shot,
Oh,
thereby
jeez.
blasting myself like a rocket towards the other side. And it worked because it's all within the one turn, so it's literally me just launching off like a rocket. You'd have to waste all my grit points except one, but I could do it.
You would literally be rocket jumping across the chasm.
Yes, I would.
You might
Just
also
like
destroy the bridge.
I also, well, no, I mean, I'd be shooting the wall.
I
not the
know,
bridge.
but the bridge isn't exactly the most stable thing.
Well,
Sure, I'm
we have
launching
enough
myself off at
teleport
high
spells.
speeds.
We can
Our
get
dwarf
across the
isn't
bridge.
the most stable thing here either.
Yeah, I don't think a bridge is really a burden with me around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I blew through the bridge, I mean, it's not that huge a deal. We can still get across. It's just, I don't know if I should try that or not. It
Well-
sounds like something Bombard would think about.
If you destroy the bridge, your chances of not falling are pretty low.
Yeah. Well,
We
the
can only
idea is that
catch
I'm
you
launching
so many
myself
times.
towards that to catch myself, essentially. And as long as I spend the required amount, I go exactly that distance. So, like, I will exactly land that square, for example.
Unless, there's some invisible wall of force or
Well,
something.
Yeah.
wasn't the ground slightly curved outward, so would you actually have purchase?
I'm not going to do it.
It's really shallow. You toss something in there and it rolled back out. It's a really minimal slope, though.
Hey, would this count as a daring deed? Because I think it would. How badly does Gorzin want this money to reappropriate this stuff?
It's a daring deed if you successfully rocket jump across the chasm. It is not a daring deed if you unsuccessfully rocket jump across the chasm.
Yes, I get that. Yes, that part is understood. The thing is, it is exact. I swear to God, Tio's going to find some way to fuck this up because I'm just trying to determine what part he's going to try and go for. My will save is crap. I'm not going to do it. I don't have a very good will save. That's my not good save. So screw it. It's hilarious sounding and awesome, and I might want to try it if I still had my lucky hammer reroll, but I don't. So no.
It's too bad you're not lawful good. I could turn you into a paladin for a few rounds, and you'd have the bonus to saves.
That would be nice, but my charisma sucks the butt. So
True.
well, so Gorzin looks lost for a couple of seconds. Bombard looks lost for a couple of seconds into the distance, and he seems to be like picking his gun up and like aiming it at the walls, and like peeks his tongue out for a second, like he's measuring, and he goes, "'Tis probably a horrible idea." All right, I'm just get across. Just walks across the bridge.
If anything, I'm sure there are more of their order in other places. They will likely know how to reach it and how to use it.
I'd be hoping so.
We
Perhaps
managed
we can
to
ask the
cross the
spider.
bridge with no conflicts or problems whatsoever.
Off to see the spider.
How long does that true sight last?
It's minutes per level. It was gone a while ago.
Okay.
We just go in the
guys-
darkness till we come across the spider and go, "Hey,
Alrighty.
Or just walk to what we think is the same general location, I suppose.
occasionally I'll just go, just say a word and see if anything responds."
You walk for a while until those of you tracing the walls with your fingers start to feel little bits and pieces of web that stick to your hands.
Guardian, be there.
Always.
Good. We have a bit of news for you and a question or two if you have the time.
Very well.
News first, then. We discovered what has slain the keepers of this tomb. The oversized flies you believed you were devouring were not flies. They were parts of massive swarms of bat-winged things that erupted from a tomb some black-haired and tallish dwarf had defiled. Had you any news of such a dwarf?
Weird. Tallish.
Unusually tall for a dwarf.
I've seen such a dwarf, yes.
Did you manage to catch his name?
It was not my privilege to ask.
Clan, perhaps? Braids? Just the accent?
He had a northern accent for sure. His beard was braided thrice vertically.
For reference, dwarves beard their beards based on, at least for most D&D and just dwarfness, they braid them according to their station. Like if you're braided like this, you are a baker. If you're braided like this, you are a warrior. So, what does that braid mean?
3 vertical braids.
Okay.
It means that he is a warrior.
Oh, lovely. So
Also
a
makes it
warrior,
difficult to
black-haired, and usually
distinguish.
tall dwarf. Aye, warrior dwarves are common.
And he was shaved from the lips up.
Tis a bit unusual.
That is
Definitely
helpful.
pulls him out. Any tattoos?
None I could smell.
Hmm.
He stayed and prayed at the graves for quite some time. I was quite worried that he was going to solve all of my riddles before he finally left.
Well, his intention wasn't respect, it seems. He did something.
He
to
prayed
the
at these graves. Of
He
all
did.
those in the room.
Well,
Is
I know
Lindell
not. I
still
know not in
incorporeal?
which particular, but he prayed in the common grave chamber.
Is Lindell still incorporeal?
Yes, but the time is running out on that.
We need to get into those graves and check them out.
Aye, there may be more eggs.
Upon us, Guardian, we need to make sure there's not any more of these creatures within those chambers as well. And we skedaddle.
One moment. You need to solve my riddle.
Guardian, this is the sort of scenario in which the graves have been defiled. We need to check them. This very dwarf has snuck under your guard and transformed the graves into breeding sites for these foul things you've been devouring. And the guardians of this land have been slain by the very creatures you yourself have devoured. We need to prevent this from continuing.
And I do wish my curse would permit me to care, but I am tasked to guard this grave on penalty of reversion to some mindless, brainless monster. So, solve my riddle.
Aye. What is your riddle?
Throw away the outside, cook the inside, eat the outside, throw away the inside.
My brain just had a moment.
Throw away the outside, cook the inside, eat the outside, throw away the inside.
There is faint light, so we can see in this chamber now, right?
In the chamber, but not in this hallway.
Confound it all. Is it a beetle?
It is not a bug. It is your first error. Try again.
Don't confound it all.
Throw away the outside, but eat the outside.
Are you talking about like a buck or some other mammal where you skin it, then you cook it, the inside, because you're cooking the inside, and you eat that part, but then you throw away the insides that are actually the insides, i.e. the organs? Is that what you be getting at?
Is your second error.
Double confound it all. I don't know then. We haven't time for this.
One guess yet.
Thinking. Not getting much so far. Can I make any sort of roll for a flash of insight?
You could certainly try.
What would that be? Int? Whiz?
Straight int check.
I'll have a roll as well.
Straight int is just a d20 for me. Yeah. Not helpful.
Actually, most of this isn't in Dwarvish. She'll know. It's probably common because Lombard doesn't speak in Dwarvish to this thing at this point.
I thought it was only speaking that before.
Yes, it was. We've been going on the assumption that Bombard is translating.
Oh, never mind. Okay, well, then in that case I've been translating. Let us all gargle rocks together.
Cook the inside, eat the outside, throw away the inside.
Horizon pipes up. Can we have another?
You hear you lean your head back and ask up into the darkness, "Can we have another?" And in the silence after your question, you can hear something softly dripping on the stone.
Well, that sounds unpleasant.
That is not the nature of the Guardian, I imagine. Let us solve the riddle, or we do not gain entry, and possibly something worse.
Aye. Levels his gun.
Throw away the outside, cook the inside. Eat the outside, throw away the inside.
I already tried, skinning and eating an animal. That bloody well didn't work. Either you two rogue folk have any idea, because we'd be stumped.
The last riddle he told us was entirely from his point of view.
Aye. It can't be cocooned webbing nonsense. He doesn't cook. That's the part that's stumping me. He doesn't cook.
Shinalar puzzles it over, and she remembers there's a kind of plant that you have to you peel first, but she can't remember what its name is. And you don't eat the whole thing.
Taint garlic. You can eat the whole thing of garlic. Avocado. I don't remember anyone ever cooking avocado, but...
Well, then you've never had a gazpacho.
No, I have not. Well, unless someone has a better idea than avocado.
I'm trying to think, but so far nothing's coming.
What plant do you peel? Bananas, oranges, sometimes apples.
Right, but you don't need to
Avocados.
peel an apple.
Avocados, and... Well, you slice a melon, but you can still count it.
The most specific factor is cooking the inside.
Anyone have knowledge of herbology? Knowledge local. Is there anything around here that sound like? Is there like a dish that might be served around here that would be like that? Natural one, but automatically failure just means I'm really dumb right now.
Oh.
Hmm?
Corn?
Hmm?
Corn.
You hear the clicking of legs slowly going away, and the spider mutters, "Go ahead and pass."
Corn.
Corn. Hmm.
I suppose that would be correct, wouldn't it? Hey, Ethro boy, go
Don't-
stick your head in the graves. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Let's see here.
I'll
As
admit,
he
I
reaches
don't
down to
know
headbutt
much
the
of
grave, his head
cooking
becomes
corn.
solid and sunk.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to wear off at the worst time.
Yeah, I just rolled a 1 on that. Yes. You are out of etherealness. It wore off sometime in the dark passage.
Damn. Well, now we have two options. Desecrate the bloody graves ourselves and open the sodding things to see if they've been desecrated and thus review more of the fucking eggs. Or have some sort of spell to see within. I'm hoping you lot have a spell, because I don't like desecrating the ancestors' graves. Even for a good cause.
Checking something. If the eggs of an evil outsider are also evil, I do have detect evil.
Alright, you can try throwing that at the graves, I suppose.
Might as well.
I mean, these creatures did detect as evil and were affected by it, so presumably they're eggs.
Let's see if I detect any evil.
For the record, the results of this ruling will have no effect whatsoever on anyone's opinion of whether or not a fetus is a person. Just
Well,
because
no,
that's been all over the news for the past decade.
A fetus is an evil person.
Oh, great.
In this case, it's simple. If those things are evil outsiders, then yes, their eggs detect as evil because an evil creature created it, regardless of whether or not the creature inside is potentially evil.
No,
It's a-
they would only count. They would only count as evil if the outsider has the evil subtype and there's a living creature in the egg. The egg itself doesn't have the evil subtype.
Hmm.
But it's no living thing inside the egg, there's hardly any need to worry.
So they might
Give me
have all
just
been
a second. I have to double check something.
Or maybe it's full of them and they're like larva form. I don't know.
Yeah, the offspring of an evil outsider has the evil subtype and detects as evil whether or not it itself is evil.
Okay, Fulton. You cast about with your senses, trying to listen for that dark reddish thrum in your head that tells you something evil is nearby. And there does seem to be.
Alright, where?
These two graves, there's something terribly off you feel somewhere within them.
Something the matter?
Evil. Here. These two.
I'm going to act my ring of invisibility.
Alright. Here's the plan then. Everyone stand back from those graves. Or, I'm gonna do this. I need to open them, and I still need a shot, so let's,
Can you actually make me invisible to everybody else? 'Cause
Here.
if so, it would be hilarious.
You probably can.
Visible to owners only.
And suddenly the
awesome.
wizard has vanished.
Alright. Right, wizard, just stay away enemy line of sight, because I'll be aiming in this direction now. Fulton, if you mind opening.
Opening that one first.
Alright, I'll have my gun ready, so when you open it, I'll be blowing it. Pops out the kingdom come. So I'm ready my action to shoot whatever comes out that is made of evil.
Yep.
Do we need a strength check to open it?
Grabbly.
Let's see here. You're just going to kick it off
You're
the lid. Sorry. You don't need a strength check to either kick the lid off. It might break. You don't need a strength check to lift it without.
He would try to lift it without breaking it first.
That'd be nice, thank you.
Alrighty.
So, strength check.
That one's better.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Lift the lid aside, and they burst out in huge, loud, shouted preparations.
Shotgun.
This is a surprise round.
I had it ready to action. It goes off.
No, you don't ready. You just try to get the surprise over.
Oh, I rolled a 1.
You can't ready actions outside of combat.
Well, then they're kind of pointless, aren't they? That means that anyone could just kick down a door with like 30 dudes, all armed with crossbows, and have enough time to run forward, despite them all ready to shoot the first thing that comes to the door, and kill them all. Wow, that makes that makes war really interesting in this realm.
Well, no, it means anyone who isn't expecting combat doesn't get to roll in during the surprise round. You guys have been talking your plan while for that standing over that. They could hear you.
Oh, so they do
You
understand
snuck
speech.
up on it. Well,
Yeah. The other thing you're
you know
missing
that
from this.
sound is sound.
The other thing
Yes?
you're missing is that, well, the other thing Skullhead's missing is that an entire round all happens at once. People don't actually take turns.
Yeah, I have some things.
The guy
Wendell.
who busts in gets his surprise round, where he'll run away and then get
Struggle.
arrows in his back.
Or he's a wizard and just cast in a grade, everyone dies instantly.
Have I lost the initiative I rolled?
I see all 4 characters, yep.
Oh,
hold up.
Yeah.
You came in, but you didn't get your score somehow. 1 second. I'll set it.
I'm going to begin
you.
I'm going to begin casting Summon Monster 7. You don't have to do the target or pick the monster till you're done casting, so I'll tell you at the beginning of the next round.
Okay.
I need to look into it.
Yep. Shinalar.
Let's see here. Well, let's just start it off easy.
Whoa.
The speedy has been activated.
Yep. Whole party is in range of that.
Except the invisible one.
Yep.
And I'll go ahead and
it's-
step behind
it's
the
a-
door.
It's a surprise round. You
Oh.
you get a standard aura move.
Right, okay. My bad.
No, not the spell fly. The spell hate.
We're flying.
Oh. There we go. You are currently carrying a fin lid.
Yes. I will assume it takes an action to put that down without breaking it.
Yes.
Then that's what he's going to do.
Okay. The
Alas.
swarm.
Does swarm
Let's
things.
see here. That'll work. Okay, they recoil towards the corner. They reaction to 5-foot step. and they get off their blast of horrible oils at Fulton and Bombard. Pass.
Hurrah.
And pass.
Yay.
You
So 24.
take
Okay.
each your 24.
Fire damage increased by DR.
And Bombard.
Lovely. What was the damage on that? There we go.
And I still get that emit thing. Guess I'll just have to deal with it.
Okay, as long as I'm not shooting the graves, I'll just full attack this thing.
Yeah, you get a move or a standard.
Still a
Right,
smack round.
Standard is shotgun. Bang, add 13 to that because there's only the one target. For a total of 36.
Roger that.
And I'm quite certain that 40 hits touch AC. Even on these things.
These things have been
Alrighty.
affected by fire before, right?
Yes, they have.
Yeah, I think
We
Okay, good.
hit
flame strike.
strike, yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so beginning a run round casting time spell is a standard, so I get my dudes now.
What are you summoning?
Because of I get 1d3 plus 1 6th level creatures because of my summoning, and I'm going to summon shadow demons. 1d3 plus 6 shadow demons.
That.
All of what I'm gonna summon them over there out of the way. No, just check. Oh yeah, it's close range. Yeah, that's within close range. Okay.
For the record, demons suddenly appearing is not gonna make Fulton happy.
I didn't do it.
I'm going to have all of them cast Shadow Evocation to do fireballs on this thing.
Okay. Did you roll how many of them you were summoning? There we go.
I just did now. I get 3 of them.
And
I
point
also have
me again.
I also have the augment summon feat.
Okay. I got it. Okay, and Shadow Evocation. Wizard spell. Or lower creature makes a will save. Disbelieving creature takes 1/5 damage.
Unfortunately, there's no way I can hit the swarm. You two, just a sec. Demons.
Oh, your demons are pretty expendable, in my opinion. I'm not.
I disagree.
You're having cast a Shadow Evocation Fireball?
Yep, 4th level or lower spell.
20-foot radius. Yeah, it has to hit either.
There, got it.
That does get Fulton. Oh, hold up. Right, the rectangularized nature of the circle.
The
Okay,
circles.
there. That the northern two actually cannot target X corner. It's behind that wall. Or column, rather.
Is this like a full turn to actually move, or can they only start with a standard?
Yeah, they do get them, and I'll have them. That's right on the edge of close range, so I'll just have them take their move to back up so that none of them get hit, and then we'll target in front of them.
Okay.
Actually, can't see them anymore.
That's I can. Now can you?
Nope.
How about now?
Yeah, that got me.
Okay, and I believe they can just the midpoint twixt them. Okay, so I need 3 will saves versus their shadow conjuration. See, evocation, not conjuration, which is 90. Okay, and the fireball emanates at their 10th.
Yeah.
Okay. D6 per.
Wonder if I should restart Mumble or something. Cutting in and out so often.
I do not know. Why that would be, that is. Okay. So now the gets reflex to avoid this.
So it
First
takes
level, I'm guessing.
1/5 of 1/2 of the damage. Oh yeah.
Slow clap.
Okay.
That truly
and
was impressive.
now that they've had their action, what would you like to do?
Okay, so the spell completes at the beginning of my turn, so I can cast another spell.
Just a moment. Alright, let's see if that's any better.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to well, this will break my invisibility, but it's just a standard action to bring it back anyway. So, I'm going to cast my Dazing Fireball for the day.
Okay.
This room suddenly got filled with a lot of.
As a rapid staccato of flame fills that room.
Let me just check what the DC is for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's as a level 3 spell for me. DC 26. Or they take full damage and are dazed. Okay, they take half damage then.
ahead and roll it.
No, I'm still getting the cutting out. Oh.
I'm visible now.
Roger that. I do not know what the cutting out might be about. Doesn't look like the stream is taking up enough bandwidth to have any impact on the voice comms, so...
All of a sudden better. I don't...
That was strange.
Righto. Okay, so they take another 16.
Take my mighty 30 damage.
Still mighty.
Channelar.
I was hoping for the days. That would have been helpful.
So that's where you were. That's not uncomfortable at all. Excuse me, but you've taken my cover.
That's gonna be surprising. Oh, look, how you doing?
A fireball flaps over your shoulder, and there's a wizard behind
And
you.
several muttered curses follow. So this is gonna end badly.
Boo. And so
Well,
far, it's just been me and Falton here, been taking the brunt of everything ever.
She can't see the demons, so she's summoning something.
Oh,
Okay.
oh dear. Oh yeah, this is gonna turn into a fucking battleground. I need to go take some cover.
Yeah, this is gonna end poorly, but she can't see them.
Stop fucking summoning outsider shit to kill each other.
I'm okay with this one.
I know you are, but... Oh wow, it's a...
Uh-huh.
And those are full-on demons. Well, this is gonna be really awkward. This is like, literally is like, bad as it could be in terms of like the two creatures interacting.
Alright, where do you want it showing up?
Let's see. Probably... Oh, come on, space isn't working. There it goes.
Oh, good. Holy word at will.
Fun.
And
Holy
holy aura.
good. Well, me and fine, Fulton. Everyone else is gonna fucking explode.
Speaking of Holy
Yeah.
Aura, that's what she's gonna be shouting for it to do immediately.
Hmm?
Well, an angel appears. We feel calmed. No one else does. And explosions happen.
Alright, let's see here. Hmm. Could you roll a Could you roll a diplomacy for me, please?
That's off of 1. Great.
Okay. The Deva assumes that you know more of the situation than it does open up with 40-foot radius.
Yeah, more cutting out.
Little blips of you cutting out.
Yeah, I didn't
Sorry?
get most of that, sorry.
All right, so the Astral Deva assumes you do know more about the situation that it's arrived in than, and so it does open up with a holy word. Let's see here. It has
Holy
50
word, huh? Alright.
dice.
Oh, wait. She yelled at it for an aura.
Oh,
Holy
sorry.
aura, not holy
Yeah,
word.
she's in range of
I-
holy word.
And that would suck.
Thought you'd shouted for a word, not aura.
The aura first. Moves, the word will come out.
20-foot radius. not darkness. That'll do. And each warded +4 deflection AC plus bonus to all attacks, not just those from evil creatures. SR25 against evil. Possession and mental influence. If evil creature succeeds on a melee, the offending attacker is blinded for it negates. Okay.
Well, my AC is actually improved because I only have a +2 deflection right now.
Alrighty. The aura is up.
I'll just edit my
What's it
AC.
do?
Set it all.
I didn't hear a word of it because it came out weird.
The aura is up. And
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
look at Holy Oak. Okay, gotcha.
It really is cutting out a lot. Don't really know why.
I know not either. Alright, you vault the lit brazier and find yourself in the center of the room. Fulton.
Yes, we just apply that change to my AC.
Yep. Divine
I'll
intervention
keep
complete
notes
with
on it as
Warhammer
well.
arrives beside you.
Gonna yell in Celestial. It is good to see you, Holy One. We could use your assistance.
Bombard just looks a bit befuddled at all the stuff being thrown around and just aims his gun.
Not gonna move in front of Bombard's gun.
Smart man! Smart man.
I am going to cast Holy
Okay.
So, boop. Now, this is Outsider, so it does 1d6 points of damage per caster level to maximum of 10d6. And it will be blinded for 1 run unless it makes a will save. The will save is a DC of 20. Just failed it.
Hey.
Hooray.
You had to do it sometime.
So it is blinded and takes that damage. Ha ha ha. And I suppose I'll use that move action to actually draw my sword, since I'd been carrying a coffin lid before.
Okay.
Bash him with the coffin lid. Be epic.
I put the coffin lid down already.
Oh, poop.
Not to mention how disrespectful that would be.
Yes, it would be. I know. It just would be cool.
And the swarm, unable to keep cohesion now that they cannot see each other, disperse into all corners of the room.
Well, we still need everyone here to kill the next one. We can clear that out in a minute.
Bombard.
Is there any particularly large clusters?
No, not really.
Take out the lucky hammer and I get to swat him.
Okay. You wander over to a random one and swat it. Just roll me a d20.
20.
You swat it with extreme prejudice.
How dare you desecrate my ancestors? Pow!
Lindwall,
And we need to open the next coffin.
your
Oh, we need to
demons.
get rid of these little fuckers.
Oh boy.
Holy word to do it. Just saying.
Are you going to try to wrest direct control of your demons?
'Cause they have a job.
According to the terms of the spell, I get to designate who they attack and don't. So yeah, they're not attacking that angel. I'm gonna have them. I'm gonna have them target former members of the swarm with more fireballs.
Random question: does Holy Smite go through objects at all?
Sorry, the what go through objects?
Holy Smite,
Holy
since
Smite.
it's a 20-foot radius, and I just cast it. It would have hit the other coffin that we haven't opened yet. I'm just
And
not
more
sure if it goes
importantly,
through things.
The angel can do it at will, so we'll have to let him out.
It says it's a burst, so it by without anything to contradict that, it does require line of sight.
Okay, then let's just open the coffin and burn it. But that comes when it's my turn. I think I'm probably the only one here, aside from the summons, who can open the thing.
Alrighty. I'm still waiting on Brad for Lindahl's action.
Yeah, let me think for a second. What do I have left? I'm going to ready an action to cast a spell if I see another swarm.
Ready in action to cast a spell, okay? Shenalar.
She'll be trying to command the angel to do the same with Holy Smite.
Okay. It takes a stance and stands ready. Dalton.
Glaring at the demons for a moment, and glancing back to Lindahl. But going to move to the next coffin and try to pick up the lid.
Okay. Sheathing your sword or putting it down?
Sheathing.
Okay. Strength check. That's just enough. You lift the lid a bit, and the swarm blasting out from it is enough to get the lid the rest of the way off.
Well, it was moving a standard.
My ready action goes off.
Go ahead.
Okay, burning wall of doom. That's fine. Just don't slap it in front of me and we'll be okay.
Go ahead and put down the template for it.
I'm going to box the swarm in with the radiation emanating inwards.
Let's see here.
They could still disperse, they just have to go through fire.
Ring of Fire, radius 5 feet, for 2 levels. Up to. And you select inwards, I presume,
Yep.
because anything else would be obvious dickery.
Mm-hmm. Did you just make a fire oven? Because I think you did.
That's
Yeah.
honestly all I have for swarms right now.
It's a flaming oven.
Other than summoning an ice devil, but we might have more of these to deal with later.
It's gonna be a very awkward conversation between the two summoning type characters we have in our local cleric.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll the damage for that flame on its first round.
Sure, what's it deal? 2d4 points of damage.
If it passes through the wall, it gets 2d6 plus
plus
caster level.
17. Okay.
But to anyone inside its heat, it's just 2d4.
Yeah, but when you summon it touching a creature, they're considered to be passing through it.
Oh, okay. You're it. Oh, yeah, right. It looked like you had drawn the wall around it. The thing.
It's boxing them in and touching them on the front so that it deals full damage when it comes in.
Okay. So,
And now if they disperse, they're all going to take huge damage trying to pass through it and die individually.
Yep. So 17.
Really effective anti-swarm technique.
And I. Right. This is one of the ones that does not have a save, but chiefly because it does so little actual bulk damage.
Yeah, it's great for battlefield control though.
Mm-hmm.
Like boxing a swarm into a single spot.
Okay. And the Deva.
Well, it had been.
Smite.
Yeah, it should be smiting.
Go. All right. Will be halves the damage. Gates
And removes the blind.
blind. Okay, so could you roll for me, please, Shinalar? Could you roll, please? Evil creatures, 10d6. Swarm actually comes in at a different time point, anyways. Bombard.
Well, if that swarm is still a swarm, I guess I'd better start shooting it. I will drop my hammer and begin shooting it. A bunch. Bang.
Remember that haste is still in play.
Yep.
Let no one say the dwarf cannot kill things.
Indeed. That should be it. Third heritative. Yes, that is all of my shots. 3 from rapid, normal, and haste, then 2 heritatives. So yes, that's everything.
Okay.
Bang, 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 and add 13 to every single damn one of those damages, because as well. Duh.
Yep. Shinalar.
I thought this thing must be having DR up the butt or something. Or taking, oh, it's half damage from weapons, I bet.
Yeah, just be glad it's not no damage from weapons like swarms of tiny or smaller have.
Hmm. Well, in that case, I just throw gunpowder on them and light it up, but that's okay. The ammo use report button doesn't seem to work because I can't. Yeah.
Well-
That is. That's me. You have. Oh, that's an actual error.
Yeah, actual error.
Go ahead, Shinalar.
Honestly, most of her spells won't really do too much right now for this, so she's just gonna command the angel again.
The angel did a ready to action, so it acts on a different initiative count now. Right after Lindahl at the moment. You can direct it, but it's not going to act until its turn.
Right. Still would probably be the best way to go about it. So yeah, another Holy Smite then, just to do some damage on this thing.
You can't just keep doing it after all.
Yeah, it's just at will. Other than that, I don't really feel like using Magic Circle right now, so she'll just reposition herself, I suppose, so she can get a better look at this thing. Oh, and she can see the demons now. Fantastic. And that's pretty much all she's going to do, so turn's just going to end.
Okay. Yeah, it would appear something has gone horribly wrong with your with ammo use at the ammo tracking at some point, and it has blown away the ammo tracking data.
I have literally shot my gun so hard the ammo ceased to exist. I am awesome.
No.
That is an interesting accomplishment.
Yes, it is.
Actually, what I'm bet happening is there's still a bug in the using ammo for blowout shot.
Let's see here. So that's 3 plus 5 plus the one I just did for the surprise round. So that's 6 shots I've made. So I have 234 rounds left of scatter.
Okay. Yeah, the code that's tracking your used blowout charges, for some reason it's not working properly. Just keep tracking it manually for now, and I'll find some time this week to fix the macro.
That's fine. It's not super required. I do keep tricking this stuff manually as it is. Things like grit and whatnot, not a big a deal.
Yep. Okay, so you were, Shinalar, you were moving, and were you doing anything else?
No, not for this turn.
Okay. Alton. With a coffin lid in your hands.
I'm talking without pressing the button to talk. That's the best plan.
That'll do it.
Yeah, putting the coffin lid down, drawing my sword, it's another turn of doing nothing. So it's not break the lid.
Okay.
You are very respectful to my ancestors. I thank you.
Yes, there are times it can be inconvenient, though.
The direlings are quite glad that you're taking such pains. They back up against the wall and breathe their dreadful oils in panic. That's going to get Bombard, Fulton, and the Deva.
And they just pass through the wall, so they take damage.
Yeah, go ahead.
Apparently I caught both of us off guard. More fire? Who would have thought?
And what is the damn Deva's say?
Reflex is 13.
Thank you. 20. All right.
Did everyone fail?
Bombard, you're actually okay. The other two take fall.
Hello again, emit message.
Oh, which macro's doing it to you now?
It's just still the harm.
I just remembered. Everyone, don't forget your +4 resistance bonus on saves because of Holy Aura.
Oh, yeah.
That isn't enough to save Fulton or the Angel this
Oh.
time.
Angel
Well,
does have
it
10
was
fire resist.
Yep. Or harm macro, but no one else has been doing this. Just invoking harm on Libalter. Are you using the harm macro on your token or on the campaign tab?
Campaign tab.
Ah, that's why it's doing it.
Okay, I guess just stop doing that then.
Yeah, use the one on your macro because I use the ones on the campaign tab when I want to secretly harm things.
Okay, alright. I will switch to that then.
Okay. Let's see here. Pick, breathe on you guys. Ravagret took his damage, the Deva took hers, and Fulton took his, but it didn't emit, so okay. Oh, and you rolled the 2d, yes, 23. Lindahl.
No.
When the wizard starts laughing, run.
We're all doomed.
All doomed. Excessive amounts of doom.
I'm going to use Wall of Stone to create a dome that completely surrounds them so that they're create a half hemisphere that completely surrounds the swarm, keeping them pushed into that wall of fire and pushed up against the back with nowhere to move.
You made an oven. You have created the swarm oven. I congratulate you.
Let's have a pizza.
Pizza.
Nom nom nom.
Tastes like evil.
Okay, they are sealed away into their oven. Let's see.
And they're in my wall of and they're in my wall at the beginning of my turn, so they take damage again.
Well, that part is handled. Battle over.
Let's see. Yep, wrong button. Oh well. Yes. There's still darlings scattered about the walls, but Fulton, Bombard, you begin to hear lots of frenzied battering on the inside of that shell of stone. Also, Bombard, I don't know if you still care about such care and devotion in not maiming the graves, but one of those coffins is inside that dome.
Well, the damages at the stone wall.
Pardon.
The level of damage a stone wall can do and or fire to these graves is very minimal, one of which is sealed, the other which was covered in these things, so it's already been fucking defiled. So
Better that these things
I call that
die.
one a push.
On the other hand, though, dismiss those demons before I dismiss them personally.
That would be the best choice, eh?
I still have them firing fireball at stragglers.
Okay.
I get my hammer back up and start remain on this side.
They're gonna run out of that pretty. But they dispatch.
Ava can be doing the same with a holy smite.
It's just a Deva can use it once.
It does so, but you dirty looks.
I caught dirty look out of all you just said.
The Deva does round the room, helping take care of stragglers, but it keeps giving Chanel it does so.
So it goes around the room, helping us take care of stragglers, and shoots dirty looks to the wizards.
Chandelier will just basically ignore it. It's doing what she wants. It's all that matters.
Took my hammer away, exchanged it with Fault, and go. I get to feeling we be the ones who can be taking the brunt of the burning fire and the explosions and the so on. All these two hide behind things from other dimensions, you know?
It would appear to be the case, yes.
Hey, have we invested in a wand?
A wand?
Full of healing.
I was gonna
Oh, my angel
take
take
this
care
moment
of that.
to burn a obscuring one spell and hit off with a is it Cure Light means for that? I suppose it is.
D8 plus 5.
Except not, because it's maximized on myself.
8 plus 5.
Yep. So just heal for 13. So just cast this.
Bard wiggles his mustache a bit at you.
Converts.
He said your diva could do something.
Yeah, it can cast 7 Cure Light Wounds as well.
Spread them around, I suppose.
Yes, once it's finished obliterating the remainders.
That'll take a little bit longer.
Well, we can always just stand over
Yeah.
like here-ish. And then have him do biggest clitoris.
Wombat is disconnected.
She did.
Wombat is reconnected. As it's
Alright,
waiting
well-
to catch up.
I'm just gonna channel energy to heal this here. Heal 30 damage. And I need to remove the campaign tab. That's what I need to do, so I stop using that one by accident. I'm just used to that one now. Alright, but yeah, Bombard should heal 30 here.
Yay. Only down by 15 at that point, so, yeah. So, Bombard looks considerably better off and nods, thank you, lad. It was a bit warm in that fight, on a fire going around. Bit dangerous for one of my particulars, if you get me. It's a good thing I keep things in fireproof satchels, these.
Yeah. Yes, that would end rather messily.
For everyone in the room, likely.
Thank goodness you didn't get it on you.
Lindal,
Aye,
did you
sure.
create an oven?
That's what it looked like.
It seemed like the plan.
I like it.
Certainly effective.
Remember that trick.
The
Alright,
stone is
so-
quite warm to touch, but you don't hear much movement inside.
And I have a trick for this one. I go to the stone wall, and I get my chisel, my hammer out, and I just carve shallow on it in Dwarven Runic. Beware horrible, horrible things inside. Do not open ever. Just basic Dwarven words of warning and warding and do not touch. That'll keep anyone who swings by while we're gone away, you know?
Even with the graves inside.
I mean, it means you can't see these particular two, I give you that, but there has to be a reason for that, and anyone who has good sense will know to wait till they have a reason to open it.
Aye. Actually, this grave next to me should still be open. Is there even a body in there?
Just eggs and eggs and eggs. It looks awfully deep of the black leathery. There might be something under.
This sudden drop of quality of mumble is really annoying.
Yes, it is. The coffin seems filled almost to the brim with these black, leathery, smelly eggs, but it looks fairly deep, something underneath all the eggs.
You want to stick your arms on that? I already put my face into, blood-filled pool of my ancestors, so that was enjoyable.
Go ahead and try to move the eggs out of the way. Or actually, just try to, I don't care if I can smash the fucking eggs of evil outsiders.
Keep one intact, or semi-intact, because we're gonna take a sample.
Well, they're all hatched, but...
Oh yeah, but don't smash them into tiny shards. Like, I'll take one of the ones that are obviously hatched, but more intact than the other ones, and take a sample, obviously, go with the bodies. Wizards love their samples.
You start scooping handfuls of eggs out of the way, and you heavily gnawed upon the rest of the body of a dwarf inside, under the eggs. It appears they kept themselves sustained after they hatched.
I fucking hate these little bastards.
Aye.
Kind of sick creature puts its egg on a 100 of years old dead dwarf, a hero at that, and just fucking... I've seen spiders do this. No, some spiders. It's fucking sick is what it is.
All the more reason to find this.
I don't know what bastard was thinking, but if I ever get a hold of it, I'm shaving the other half of his face. Do a quick scan. You said this was the only ones, but just in case there might be more,
I believe I have a detect evil, actually.
We're gonna have to
These were the only ones I detected.
Other crypts.
But
now, if you need to save the last one you have of the day, we still have 2 other tombs we need to check. The original 2 found in the main chamber. Just in case, because now I'm worried.
Fair point.
Can we leave any of these things behind? There's going to be fucking more of them.
We'd best make sure we're done here first. We'll do another riddle.
Aye, good point. I need to check on some.
Where is the wizard gone?
That's a fair question. Wizard, you around?
He's just typing at the moment. Give him a second.
This one. Landall?
Okay.
No.
And I appear again from a veil of smoke.
Chandelier gives you a look, mostly because you're appearing next to her constantly.
Lombard wiggles his mustache at him. Is that entirely necessary?
Well, I do find the Dark One attractive.
I'm gonna just take a step over.
I will leave you to sort that out amongst yourselves.
Alright, that's wise. Before we go, though, I need to check something. Just out of curiosity, the names of these coffins in this
Yeah.
area. Have any of the markings been disturbed in any way?
Have any of them what?
The markings been disturbed, like the names changed or some other minor.
That's an interesting question.
I just have a theory and I want to test it, so is there any change to the markings?
Give me a basic perception. I'll add your stone cutting in. Well, the only folding chair I know of would be a rocking chair. Those make you look much older instantly. The carved names on the top of each coffin appear undisturbed from their original carving, but it's possible a master hidden that sort of thing without you noticing.
Repeat that first part again.
The inscribed notes at the head of each coffin appear to be
Appear to be
exactly.
Well, he didn't come in here change any names and accuse. This wasn't like a vengeance or a grudge thing. If this was like pretending like one of these wasn't a hero for some sane reason, he didn't come in here to correct the mistake, as it were. So this was done out of some baseless need, or he was too wrapped up in his own hate, or he's just an evil dick. So this didn't have a good enough reason for me not to shoot him on sight. That's all I needed to know.
So shouldn't you check the graves that were actually affected for that?
Might as well, but I'm more concerned with him fiddling with the ones he didn't already. You only check this one. Oh, that's right. Yeah, there was one. For a second there, I thought there was none that had been defiled that we didn't seal off, but there was.
Yeah,
I'll check that one.
Also, let's put the lids back on.
Alright. Let me check it first.
Well, you close the lid of the one you can still reach.
Well, the other one has it better.
And the name on this coffin is still there.
What's the name of this particular?
That is an excellent question. Do you want me to get my dice out?
Sure. I don't know what specific one was defiled, so I can name it.
Alrighty. This was...
Probably write down the most important one was, Joe.
Yeah, I'm going to write down which one this one was defiled and the one next to it, and I'm going to write down which of the three primary ones were defiled as well. Well, the big center one, obviously, but like in case the other two are.
This one was... Manuk Gravelfoot. That's M-A-N-U-K.
Gravelfoot.
Gravelfoot.
Distant cousin, maybe. Might have been a distant cousin of my clan. Right then. So, Gravelfoot, write that down, and his closest neighbor was also infested. Just in case I can inform the possible relatives of the clan, which may mean informing myself of the taste of Gravelfoot. Should be awkward. Right, that's a lot of all I needed to know. Bombard scribbles a few things on a
I'm
piece
sure
of paper.
that will be a riveting conversation.
With myself, aye. With whatever poor clan family members who have their strongest and greatest sons buried here and thus defiled. No, that...
Besides, there's no steel workers buried here.
Back to the main hall, then.
Aye.
Back and forth and back and forth.
Back and forth again. I didn't know you had...
How long does...
I didn't know they were inside the coffins till now-ish, so...
How long does your Aztec around?
It can go up to 17 minutes.
But if we're crossing the bridge again...
Right, she will be dismissing it before we go over, for sure.
Actually, it's been most of ready while she's going around the room and picking off leftover direlings.
Oh, and Detect Evil is actually up to 10 minutes per level.
Concentration up to 10 minutes per level. I think that ended when we went to combat.
Probably.
You didn't take standard action. Okay, back to the main chamber. Spider grunts as you go past.
Good to be seeing ye. We're solving everything. Don't worry about it.
Our whole mission was just happened here, isn't it? So.
Aye, but there's some respectful things you must do, and I'd rather not have an infestation of these things still here.
Pretty sure we cleared.
Well, there's still one last area to check, which is the 2 other defiled tombs. After that, we can leave. I speak, of course, of those 2 green pools, anyway.
Those were not defiled, as far as you've been able to tell so far.
We didn't exactly go look at.
Didn't like open them up and like get it out. We just sort of went, oh look, horrible defiled pool. That sucks.
Does anybody else actually speak Abyssal?
Hi.
Nope.
Oh, actually,
And the cleric.
Yeah, so does Shinolar.
So everyone's the dwarf.
I don't think I have a missile. Oh, actually, I forgot to take a. Forgot to take the stairs. Whoops.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized I forgot to change the text for Lindahl's speech. He's still speaking in Aaliyah purple.
His picture's pretty purple. Alright, let's the north one first then.
Removing the
Alright.
desecration of graves cannot be considered wasting time.
What's that about wasting time? Yeah, I was speaking some sort of language that involves even more gargling than dwarven, so sorry I didn't understand a word of it. Honestly, sounds like you're cursing orcish to me.
I could do that if you wish.
Yeah, I begin cursing in Orcish.
I know a couple orcish curses, but I don't know the whole list.
Are you kidding? Is there an orcish word that can't be used as a curse?
Well, yeah, I don't know orcish, so I don't know the whole list of orcish curses. Otherwise, I would speak orcish, wouldn't I?
Anyway, North Grave.
Alright,
Yes.
we go inside. We approach.
The water is still murky, but
You're stronger than I. You mind?
Out into the water. And attempt to lift the coffin.
you lift the seal and really old dust wafts out, but dwarf body inside seems to be intact.
Bow my head and replace the coffin lid.
Alrighty. Well done then. Next one. Second verse, same as the first.
Lifting
these-
the lid.
These two seem to just dirty from it's because there's been no one here to clean them. The graves seem undefiled.
Alright then, just gonna write down the note of what this grave was again. Name of this particular one.
It was Lester the Unlikely.
Heh.
1 second, I'm digging for it in my note.
Alright, I'm patient.
Oh, for Pete's sake. No, sorry. The note that it was in moved along with a list of. I will have to go back to the video log
Alright, so I'm just gonna put down Rose Tomb, I guess.
Yeah.
Link's buried there?
Just Bombard is going to he has a journal. He puts notes down because he doesn't want to inform the families of which tombs were defiled. That's kind of important. Well, important to him anyway.
Does anybody else speak Ancient
I
Thessalonian?
think you're good there.
Yeah.
Hey, you got that one covered. Don't look at us.
There, I have a nice language to swear in now. And it'll sound nice.
Because apparently no one speaks that.
It'll sound nice and classy.
Like French. Alright, lads. That's everything defiled. I got the names down. We can go inform them, get our pay, and gonna have to go tell a bunch of dwarven families I don't want to be bringing bad news to.
We'll have instructions for after we're done here.
Dishonor. Bring her out. Alright, minds me. Someone come help me fix these chairs. In the meantime, while the chair fixing is going on, we can read the scroll.
Yes, the scroll that the scroll that had your orders on it didn't mention anything in specific, but you have to go back.
So it just says to go back when finished?
It does not say.
Yeah, I'm catching like none of this.
Yeah, it's just
that.
Hop, but oh.
Yeah, we're hearing single syllables.
It was issued. So you imagine.
It's completely busted, Geo. Like, we're getting like every third syllable.
No.
I mean, all of us have no trouble, so I don't know what's going on your end. Well, does not have eyes.
I have no mouth.
But I must scream.
No nose, but there's pumpkin pie in front of me.
Sometime I'm just going to spend a day as a vase.
Ah, okay. Well, in that case, we'll just mending up these chairs and put them back, and then we can just presumably teleport once I go get my horse.
Yep, 10-minute casting time and mending now.
So I think about 30 minutes to get everything in ship shape.
She can help as well, so.
Okay, so more like 20. Because you both can cast them on different air, that leaves one chair out, so 20 minutes. Thank you kindly for your help in respecting Mealer's property. These things are hard to come by these days for us. Hopefully, since we cleared it out, this place can still be used. Hall's rather grand to just leave open to some goblin drive, you know?
The teleport train leaves in an hour. You can meet me in here when you're ready to go.
Give me a second then. Help me push. Now we slide it back into position.
Heave!
Heave! Use the legs. And after that, we're going to reset the pillars.
Yes. Heave again!
Further even. There we go. That'll keep the tomb sealed for at least a time.
Actually, it opened because the candles melted.
I look up at the candles.
They're not unmelting.
Someone want to blow them out? No, oh, hello. Oh, that's the mansion, I bet.
Yeah, that's the portal to my mansion.
Alright. Miss, or sir, or Shawl, you mind coming in your little...
Lair.
She it is. Could you blow those candles out with your familiar? I mean, it can fly, so. And no, he doesn't know it's an Eldion. He thinks a fucking wizard's familiar. What else disappears? There's constantly.
Seeing no reason to correct him, she'll go ahead and just start summoning it again.
I'll be fetching Norse while you do that. How did I name you? Flint, probably. Come here, Flint. Here, Flinty, Flinty, Flint. Yeah, he basically goes back outside, comes back in, riding his stone horse, and is more or less ready for teleport.
All right.
If there's Fulton would be praying during any time that the others were off back getting his horse.
So you and Flint reached the bridge.
Ooh.
Pause. Get off, Flint. Say, stay here, Flint. Go across. Go to everyone and go, you mind going to the wizard? If you're going to teleport, you mind teleporting across the bridge? I need to bring me horse with me. If we're taking teleporting, you need to be across the bridge to take me horse.
I'm in a magnificent mansion. I'm not anywhere where you are.
You said the portal was open. Can I walk inside the mansion?
Yeah, the portal's open, but the mansion's huge. You can come in and get me.
Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm locating you so I can ask, hey, terribly when we go teleporting across the bridge so I can break my horse with me?
That would be permissible.
Thank you,
Sid,
kindly.
have some food while you're here.
Alright. Sits. Finds the bacon. Enjoys. That does mean my Dwarven Trade rations no longer function, but whether I wasn't counting on that anyway. I have it because Dwarven Trade rations are delicious, not because the buff is all that useful.
Yeah, the mansion that this summons temporarily makes the Kai mansion look like a townhouse.
Yeah.
If you actually read it, it's sort of hilarious.
5,100 square feet, decorated however you like.
There'd be an unusual number of skulls.
One of them with a hat.
They don't.
And why are they all wearing hats of various jaunty angles?
No. It's nicely decorated, but it's Spartan. There's a basement where I have a study.
Okay, so it's just it's a mansion, but it's not like excessive wealth mansion.
It's magnificent, and it's large and has lots of rooms, and it's pretty, but it doesn't look like it. It's not full of skulls and crap. It's a practical place for me to do my research.
That would occur to Bombard asks if the food is removable from the mansion.
Yep.
All right. He gets a nice platter together and brings it to both Fandal and she. He comes out with 2 platters for him.
Fandal.
Frendal? Damn it, I can't see your token, so I can't pronounce it.
Let's go with Frendal. I like Frendal.
He's my friend, Frendal. There. Fulton the White. Very well.
Yeah, this thing lasts for 34 hours at a casting right now, so I plan on spending a lot of time in it.
Mm-hmm.
We might want to have a map for it at some point.
Okay.
I hope we'll keep them replaced.
Cheese, food, and drink.
Study is intelligent and talks, so I can bounce ideas off of it.
Why not?
Magic,
Lindahl,
magic.
are you going to retrieve the flint steed?
Translation: When we teleport.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, we'll go out and grab it.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
get
Make
ready.
sure I'm on
Oh yeah.
Flint.
We'll teleport just outside the city limits because I don't being hit with a fine.
fine for not teleporting within city limits. The farmers
Well, you know,
complained.
the thing.
Alright, so I have eggshell casings as evidence. I have 2 dead bodies. All the names I need. Hi, that's everything.
And we have some description of the dwarf.
Oh yeah. Here's a question. When I cast the Magnificent Mansion, is it the same mansion? Can I store things in it?
Let's see here. I'm sure they would have thought of something like that. An extra-dimensional dwelling. Hours per.
Yeah, it's sort of the same level of the question of if I cast polymorph any object on a pebble to make it a person, is it the same person every time?
Well, it says it's an extra-dimensional space, and extra-dimensional spaces are also used for rope tricks, bag of holding, etc. So long as you cast this at least once every 2 days, yes.
Awesome. I'm going to store the thing I took in here then.
Righto. Okay. You arrive. A brisk walk outside the pardon me. Outside the east walls and gate of Ketlair.
Right, sit in, lads.
No one seems to
Trot on my
approach
horse.
you to essay a fine.
That's good. Ride on my stone horse into town with my new comrades. Looking a tiniest bit more dour than usual, not that anyone could ever tell.
To the garrison, I would assume.
Aye.
Yes, while most cities keep their garrison near the main gate, Ketlair keeps theirs near the wall.
That makes sense.
You travel through the bulk of the city and reach the garrison without too terribly much issue.
I make sure to garrison my horse in the proper stables, even though
There-
it's a statue, so I don't even get that half the time.
There is a common stable.
Pass 5 coppers off to whoever it is I need to get that horse into his stable and march my bum over to the garrison.
As you walk away, some poor stable hand stares at the statue, holding a comb, and after a few moments starts looking around for a broom.
Or then just smiles a little. Right, so I guess we just head to the barracks all in one.
May as well.
I don't know where else.
The office of the of the Ministry of Adventuring is not difficult to find, and when you get there, the door into the office seems to be open.
I knock before pushing it open. Hello?
The same tall, semi-bearded, smoking a cigar elf is scribbling furiously at a desk.
Oi! This is us.
Yep, I don't need to stop writing. What's up?
You might want to. This is a pretty big deal. This isn't no goblin raid or troll attack. This is something much worse. And walk over and wave my companions in if they're not just following already. Right.
He fountains his quill, pushes the paper aside.
Let's start
This'll
with
be
what
good.
we found. First things first, the entirety of them are dead along with their animals. Very dead, like consumed dead. 'Tis a shame, but such as it is. As to what happened specifically, why were they consumed, it was some of these, and I get out the samples I got, like the 2 corpses.
Yep.
Not one of us knew what they are. But there was a lot of them.
I know
At
that
least.
they're evil, and they're outsiders.
There's hundreds, and then the worst part is, not only was there bunches of them, but we know how they got in a sense. They came out of these, and I put some of the, eggs there, like the hatched ones. They come out of those eggs, and we found those eggs inside some of the tombs. Someone planted these there, and they ate the bodies of the dwarven ancestors, hatched into those things, and then consumed everyone inside when someone accidentally opened up a crypt for likely cleaning purposes. And we think that a certain dwarf who visited did this. We don't have much description on him beyond he was I don't know how much you know about dwarves, but he had warrior braids, black hair, tall for a dwarf, and oddly, he was shaved from the lips up, so he only had your basic beard. Warrior braids. Now, not to go on, but it's what we got. The guardian of the place is not very well informed. And that's more or less what happened. We cleared him out, but yeah.
Well, I'll say this for you lot. You're definitely more competent than you smell. All right. Now, since you made me not write any of that down, I'm gonna make you write it all down.
I pass in my journal, where it's written down. You can make a copy if you like.
There's a fresh desk and blotting paper over there.
What, you didn't use magic? I thought the elves loved using magic for this. No offense intended, it's kind of used to elves just sort of waving their hands at whenever I pass on paper. Alright. Goes over and starts scribbling it down in short, neat, expert handwriting that's really, really small and possibly in dwarven runes. Actually, wait, he knows Elvish. He's not a dick. He'll write it in Elvish.
All right. So, as for the rest of you,
Aye.
add some good detectiving. Definitely sense us saving a follow-up crew to just go in, clear out the bodies that crews like you usually leave behind, and see if they can puzzle out what the hells went wrong. All right. For this, you... let's see here. Where do I keep those things? All right. I see none of you killed each other. So, you lot have a name you're going to give yourselves collectively?
Bombard perks up. Name?
Gotta have something for the paperwork.
Oh.
If you want a second job, you're officially a mercenary company now.
A company? I'd assume this was just one job.
Coca-Cola Incorporated.
Do you want a second job?
To be fair, I do.
Yes.
I got nothing wrong with Fulton over there, and the other two, while being your average mysterious casters and doesn't do anything terribly wrong, and or at least semi-respectful to the ancestors, so don't have a problem with it if they don't.
You know, Dorf, I don't mean any offense, but, I don't think you did all of your reading. You keep referring to those poor dead souls in the coffins up at that abbey as ancestors. That'd be a really neat trick.
What you mean?
Not every old war hero who falls in battle ends up splattered on the field and gets a proper grave. Those 21 are notable because they died virgins.
And
They ain't the ancestor of nobody.
'Tis a proper honorific for any dwarf who has at all contributed to society in any major way. You need not have children to be an ancestor. Ancestor of war, ancestor of art, ancestor of lore. Matters not. If you contributed, you contributed. So they didn't have children. Pity, but yeah.
Well, there ain't one ancestor of loins up there.
Yeah.
So, you got a name for yourselves?
A name is an important thing.
Aye.
Names are fleeting.
Or more permanent than any living being, depending on, your personal race, how long you live, the catchiness of the
memory.
name. Let's see here.
Well-
We involve a lot of magic and summoning. I like to use an explosion. There's a lot of fire involved. We might need to get back to you on this one.
Right. We need to do a bit of follow-up work to see if there's anything useful you got out of that place as soon as you're finished writing it down. But
The only thing we
stay
got
in
out
the
of there was
city,
information.
and we will probably have follow-up work for you within the day.
Alright, we'll get back to you on the naming. If it's not too much trouble, I do need at least a little bit of time to at least send some letters to certain clans that need to be informed of certain defilements. Virgins they may have been, but they still have clans.
Post office is just down the street. The blue heron signpost. You'll see it.
Thank you kindly. Here's your notes. And he plonks them on there. They probably take up maybe 2 pages at most, because he writes very small. Who in the what now? I don't keep up with times.
Name.
Yeah, name is a good question. So, Sealy, I can't really think of a good one.
Well, you guys will have the opportunity of the forum in a week for it.
Yeah, that's
True.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
sort of stalkery too.
It does come across as a little bit stalkery.
The captain dismisses you and says that he'll send as soon as he has word. That they'll because you guys have the inside scoop and will probably recognize any visual signs you failed to write down. They'll probably send you on any follow-up work that this investigation has turned up.
Yep.
It's-
That is acceptable. That's a good source of income. And Gorzin likes Fendel. One day I'll remember your name, don't worry.
Back in just a moment.
God.
I can't help it. Lindahl and you are in the same damn party, and they sound really damn similar.
Lindahl and Fulton are not really that similar to me.
They are in my head.
Your head is a strange place.
We just need to combine them.
Never said it wasn't.
There's got to be some spell to combine two people.
Yes, let's
There is.
combine the lawful evil and the lawful good person.
We will create
Excellent.
the perfect lawful neutral character. Or the least perfect. I don't know how to put that.
Yeah.
What's funny is we do represent a lot of the alignments. Not all of
Yeah.
them, but a fair amount of them. The ones that adventuring parties can be made of. Lawful good, chaotic neutral, lawful evil. All you need is like a lawful neutral and a neutral, and you have pretty much what a party can be, because
Yeah, you
neutral
can't have
evil and chaotic evil have trouble.
Yeah, having another evil character in the party would fuck us too, because one lawful evil person can exist in a good party, but the second you put another evil person in, they're now fighting amongst each other all the time.
No, I'm the bigger dick. No, I'm the bigger dick, and then there's a dick off.
A dick off. Great.
I arrived during the wrong sentence.
Welcome back.
Ow!
And I didn't say it, so victory is mine.
Yeah, well.
I believe our next step, other than, well, I know what my character is doing, but in terms of names, this is actually kind of a pickle.
Yeah.
I need to find a. Well, first I'm going to seek out my reward, and then I'm going to find a place to rest for 2 hours so I can prepare
We
my
should probably
spells for
get
the
paid,
day.
yeah. We should get paid.
Money's
Hmm.
good.
Right. 1 second here.
So yes, in character, my reward.
Oh, yeah. we have to collate the report first. Just give me half an hour.
Very well.
Besides, it's not like I keep it in a drawer under my desk here.
What time is it currently?
That's where I keep my money.
Right. Don't
Uh,
Joe, don't just announce that to thieves.
It is currently, let's see here, probably just before the dinner hour, actually.
Okay, so soon enough it'll be time to rest and recover spells and pray and all sorts.
Clean my gun.
Speak other euphemisms.
Yep. Alright, so assuming he tells us to break for 30 minutes, I am going to take that 30 minutes to at least write out one of the bad news letters towards at least one of the clans, specifically the one I actually recognized, which was my Knuckle Gravelfoot.
Perfect. Craft
So I need to look up.
calligraphy.
Hmm?
Craft
calligraphy.
calligraphy.
I'm writing a letter, I'm not fucking drawing out like a picture.
Calligraphy. You know, the art of writing.
You really
Mentally.
gonna? Okay, fine.
If
is
you
a
want
pretty
to have
fancy
nice
letter.
handwriting,
Fancy writing.
you have to put ranks into craft calligraphy. Otherwise, you just block print.
There you go.
Fulton's going to be taking off his helmet and gauntlets.
I do need
and
to
things
actually
clean
know what
them.
the Gravelfoots are, so I might need to actually research that a little.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I can't
will
just put
not
the word
be taking
Gravelfoot
off
on
any
big letters and
clothing.
be like, send it there.
Suppose she'll just be lounging nearby.
So yeah, as Fulton removes his helmet for the first time, he's got a bald head and he just kind of looks like a half-orc.
You might want to work on growing your beard out, lad. Then he chuckles.
I shave it.
I don't remind me.
And of course cleaning all of the dried blood of Stigmata out of his gauntlets.
Mm-hmm.
That looks fun.
I bleed for the cause.
Aye, but normally when you bleed for the cause, you don't cause the bleeding yourself. I roasted for the cause, so that was fun.
Yeah, the ritual scarring and stuff on his hands and tattoos all over his arms probably don't look too pleasant together.
I'm gonna get that checked out, lad.
She's seen worse.
Yeah, I imagine being in Drow Undercities you see worse pretty often.
But we don't know that.
No, that's not a
Yet.
character. Just, there's some massive stuff.
Dorson starts
down
like
there.
bouncing ideas around. Something to do with riddles, darkness, or fire. Because those are the three big things that happen to us in there. Yeah. Torch riddlers, riddle torch.
We're hardly the ones who asked the riddles.
The knights reached
no, but it
possum.
involved. What?
The knights reached possums.
No. I didn't see any possums in there.
I just took my last name and threw a random animal in as a mascot.
Seems legit.
It's head wall.
You know, like the Toronto Raptors, because Raptors make sense for Toronto.
I've seen plenty of raptors up there.
Oh yeah, they're all over the place.
Yeah.
They'll go in the woods at night, man.
Yeah, you gotta watch yourself if you're a deer in Toronto.
Well, we summon many things to assist us.
I don't know if calling ourselves the Dark Summoner sounds all that clever. Also,
I'd rather
might
it not
get
be
us
dark.
burned.
I'm sure they just open their doors for the Dark Summoners.
Aye. Has to be something at least semi-approachable, like, you know,
Batman.
no.
Man bat.
And bear pig.
I'm
Excelsior.
cereal, you guys.
Excelsior.
Tomb Riddlers?
Why are you so intent on
Ew.
having riddles in their name?
I like riddles. Not very good at them, but I like them.
I don't think I want to have anything that has a connection to dead people and a word that rhymes with diddler in it.
Probably the best.
How oddly specific of you.
Well, I just watched
Yeah.
Necromantic, so. Well, a review
Fine,
of Necromantic. I'm not sitting through that.
Well, fine. Y'all have any better names that have nothing to do with, like, just out of the top of your head?
The pork pies.
Okay, you're not allowed to name anything.
You
The
do realize
word
none of this is
herald
in
comes to
character,
mind.
right?
Some of it is, some of it isn't. It's hard to tell.
None of what I'm saying is in character. Lindahl doesn't care what our group's name is. He thinks it's pointless.
Then why are you making suggestions?
My character doesn't care. It doesn't mean I don't care.
Fair enough. You're making suggestions that no human or dwarf or elf would ever make.
Because they're hilarious.
And you wanted to call the group the Tumors.
No, but that actually sounds kind of hilarious. But whatever.
The word herald comes to mind.
Heralds of what?
The Heralds of Oops.
Well, you know what I am a herald of. It hardly
I-
applied to the rest of you.
Well, I tend to herald things with a very large explosion, so there's that.
Slayer. It's not taken. They don't exist in this world.
I did hear there was once this loot company thinking about taking that name, but Dwarven loot players, heavy rock, har 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 har. Anyway,
I do enjoy hard rock.
I bet you do. Thinking,
Messengers come by and deliver unto each of you a claim sheet. Think a early medieval check for the equivalent of 10 KGP.
impressive.
It is undersigned by the captain, and in the notes field it says, for life, limb, and possible ick.
Yeah. Weirdly specific.
Speaking of, you should probably take a
Gorazins
bath
is
at
al-
some point.
Gorazins is also signed, please do something about the gunpowder smell.
Well, I can't do anything about that.
Well, let's
I
see.
will be taking a bath, though.
Thank you, Seventh Sanctum generators. Let's see. The Beasts of the Smashing God. The Despair Entities. The Devil's Scions. The
I'm
Dreamers
gonna
of
say
the
no to
Eating
that
One.
Why are all of those pure evil?
Why don't we just go with Cthulhu Caretakers while we're at it?
Because I'm in the dark. Because I'm in the Dark Minion generator. Because it gives the coolest names.
Uh-huh.
The Ethereal Ravens of Lel.
How about Graven
The Flesh
Protectors?
Brood. The Jackal People.
I'm thinking Graven Protectors at least doesn't sound evil.
The Misery Consumers.
Anyone's opinion on Graven Protectors?
We did protect graves.
It also comes across as like, slightly dour, but, doing our duty kind of thing. And let's face it, most of this group is grumpy as all hell.
The
Or at least
Hungering
really
Claw.
fucking serious.
Grave Person.
Crumpy.
Blood Force Melody 5.
Why have half of these have the word Ranger in them?
Because this is the Sentai team name generator.
That would explain it.
Oh, there's one of those. I
Positive,
need to see that.
amazing. I like this one.
It's linked. Speed Task Force Wonderman.
Evil Task
I
Force,
like
Mark
this.
Ranger.
Total Force Planet 5.
This is getting a little silly.
A
Supreme
little?
Nuclear
Just a little.
Capricorn.
Grand Brass Aquarius.
I like this one. I like this
I
one.
wash my hands of all of you.
Radioactive Team Screaming Man.
I'm gonna go buy
What?
some more ammo.
Supreme Swift Squadron
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go buy
Olympian
some
Man.
rope. I'm buying rope.
Great Metal Ares.
I'm buying a lot of rope.
Oh
Like
god,
200
this
feet of
list
worth
will
of throw.
take forever to reach the end of the usefulness of.
Let's see. Superhero organizations. The Night Tribe of Asia.
What?
What's an Asia?
Right.
The Mutants of Eternity. The Adventurers of the Future.
Oh,
That
the,
was just a name.
the Magic Guild name generator isn't even trying. Demonic Ambassador Guild. The Kabbalist College.
It's
Dude,
all
Uh,
evil,
is that
isn't
is
it?
that one an offshoot of Spratshaw or something?
The Syndicate of Teens.
The Yeti Coffin Guild. Okay, I'm
How
closing
far-
this list.
The Challengers of Valhalla.
Could we please just call ourselves the Glory Seekers or something, please?
Ah.
Then we have to deal with all the jokes around glory and whole.
Don't Google Glory Seeker.
Alright, I won't.
The Patrol
Right.
of Solar Criminals.
Fulton is going to do what Bombard's probably doing. Go find an inn and get a bath.
Yeah,
That
I'm
sounds
just,
like a fantastic idea.
I'm going to
I'm
just
just
go
gonna
ahead and
ask
agree.
them if they have. I'm gonna ask them if they have a place where I can rest for 2 hours so I can prepare my spells for the day.
Taken in.
I don't want to spend money.
Sorry, the garrison only takes enlisted soldiers, but there's plenty of inns around that, they have a flop room if you need it.
You know what? I'm just gonna go out into the woods and use stone wall to make myself a little shelter for 2 hours.
Okay.
Right, so bath, clean the scarring out, get rid of all the stench of napalm.
Oh, there we go. Logistics metals.
Chenelaire can find a nice inn that is willing to provide a hot bath for 2 GP.
Will
There's
it
a
be
typo
private?
in my wealth.
It needs to be absolutely private. She'll be adamant as hell.
If nothing's gonna happen in the next 2 hours, I'm gonna prepare my spells now.
Okay.
I would like to buy some rope. For the 200 feet worth of rope.
The proprietor says that he can make sure to chase away the inn hands for an additional 3.
There's a
That
typo
will
in
have
my
to
wealth.
do.
Needs to be an O in there.
I beg pardon?
There's a typo in my wealth. Name is misspelled.
So there it is.
Yeah, it's not friend all at all.
Yeah, I would have been spamming those together. So before I was familiar with the name, there we go.
Right, yeah.
I like my wealth amount.
Looks like it's higher than everyone else's.
I might need to buy more spells, so that's good for me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the only problem with going to get dinner, then maybe just going to bed, is that the captain said he might have more work for us today.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine for me. I only need to rest for 2 hours. Well, I need 2 hours and 15 minutes to sleep and prepare my spells.
Yeah, I only need 2 hours of sleep, too, but I need more time than that to actually pray and refresh spell lists and such.
Yeah, by the way, when do you pray for your spells? What time of day? Most people go for the default dawn, but
It probably would be before dawn, but in that same general time frame.
I'm
Okay.
dead before dawn.
What?
Well, I still want to buy rope, so if that's a thing.
yes, yes. How much rope?
How much? 200 feet worth. How much spread out in 50-foot increments among everyone?
Just roll we're not doing
rope is
anything.
usually increments. Do you want silk or what's the name?
Hemp is the word you're looking for. And I'll splurge for silk.
Yes. Right. That comes out the total of. Sorry, the SRD's loading slowly. Do you have it in front of you?
Actually, no, I was just going to assume you did for some strange reason until I mentioned it twice. Alright.
Yes, but I'm doing more than one thing at once here.
Fine.
And the
Mine's running
SRD is
good.
loading slow. Okay, good.
Ropey,
Yeah,
ropey,
well,
rope.
we're not really doing anything. You know what's a useless feat? Shadow Grasp.
10 gold per for each 50 foot, so that's 40 gold then. No, I'm wrong. Sorry, that's... Oh yeah, that's silk. Sorry. Spider silk is 100 gold for some reason for 50 foot.
Because it's like much later.
Alright, so I get a bunch of silk ropes, I pass them out amongst my friends and go, never again.
Falling would be a problem.
Aye, that's why you each now have 50 foot of silk rope. Including me.
Silk
Oh.
because it weighs only 5 pounds.
I have a handy haversack. I will stuff it in there.
I stuck it in my handy haversack, it's just for the wizards, more or less.
Alrighty. As the evening dwells on, messengers to each of you and say that the captain is looking for you.
Alright, before we reach him,
Just in time for Brett to disconnect again, I see.
Well, okay, how does deep sight detective sound? Because we did do an awful lot of, figuring out what was going on, so deep sight detectives has its own little thing to it.
I could live with it.
I have no
And
problems
he's
with
back.
it.
Sounds very official. And in this time and era, detectives don't just mean, guys who just look at stuff. No. Detectives in this era would be armed to the teeth.
I need my clone kicked out of map tool.
Die,
Just a
clone.
moment. Booted.
Slain.
Anyway, you
It's
shall have
annoying
to
enough
repeat
when that happens when I'm It's annoying enough when that happens when I'm trying to watch a video.
Mhm.
Okay.
Now I have to
so-
read. I was half done preparing my spells. I have to redo them all again.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Brad, does deep sight detectives sound nice?
What?
Deep sight detectives.
That's fine.
Alright, that'll do. Sounds official and all that. So, when
I'm
we
sad
approach the guy, we have a name.
I'm sad we won't be logistics medals though.
That looks correct.
If you want to know what spell's completely useless, what feat's completely useless, it's Shadow Grasp.
Mm-hmm.
Spend 3 feats to do something worse than Dazing Spell, which is 1 feat.
Yeah. That's
I like-
a pity.
I like the flavor of it, though.
That is the correct spelling, right, Skullhat?
I mean, that's the same reason I took Spider Summoner. Not sure how else I'm going to do it,
that's
but
pretty much exactly how it should be spelled. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Right, to the captain then.
The captain.
The captain is in his office with a sheaf of papers, some of which seem to be in duplicate. And he's rifling through them. Ah, perfect. You lot. All right. We have a lead for you on that shifty-looking dwarf.
Lovely. I've been having to write home to a bunch of poor dwarven clans about their now dishonored ancestors or cousins, whatever, relatives of the most distant nature and heroes of their past, and I'd very much like to find this dwarf, hang him by his own beard, and hurl him into the river.
Well, you're gonna have a nifty time of that. He matches the description of one Kodak the Harrow.
I do not know this name.
I'm not surprised. He's a fairly recent figure. He's better known up in the North Country.
Real quick, knowledge local then, because that's where I come from. I need my token, where am I?
Loot and inventory.
27. Do I recognize the name of Kodak the Harrow?
You do not, but it's not to be too worrying. He's a fairly recent development. He's been seen leading groups of outlaw dwarves that are raiding the far edge, in fact, west edge of the White Wastes, the human and elven communities there. It's not sure what his problem is, but he's been quite persistent, and it has been suspected for a couple of months now that he is associated with some kind of demonic cult.
Great. Outlaw dwarf who's lost his knocker. Damn. Just damn.
Since we now know that he was seen on this side of the gullet in the past couple months, in fact in the past month from your guys' estimates, we believe that he will currently be let's see. We believe he will currently be hiding out in one of the cities. Well, city's a strong word. One of the townships, not too far from the Temple of Final Repose, possibly waiting on the results of what he's just done. There are some known.
He'll get results, all right.
There are some known death cults in that area, so we shall send you along with a small list of places to start. Your pay point, I should point out, is the return of Kodak to the Ministry, preferably alive, but if you can deliver sufficient proof as to why you returned with him dead, that will be sufficient.
Even
got
if
a
you
question.
remove his head, I will bring him back to this realm for punishment.
Well, that's one way of doing things. So you might not want to be back by your hand. Question. If we bring him back, I'm presuming he'll be punished by your laws. Will you be letting us take him, depending on what the punishment is, return him to the Dwarven Nation, it's, what it exists, and punish him by ours?
Dwarven Nation is not the Dwarven Kingdoms are not an official member of the Circle C, of the Circle C Alliance. So
I ain't asking if it's official. I'm asking if you're kind enough to let us do our punishment. Assuming you don't just, take his head.
That is what I just said, good Sir Dwarf.
You will
They
be
are not a
sending-
member of the Circle C Alliance, so if they want to petition for his release to them, they may do so.
Sort of crinkles his beard a bit. And I
What I'm
suppose I'll have to
saying
write
is
them
it's
too.
not automatic.
Aye, fair enough. I'll send him a note.
If he were from Helmrise, we'd just send him straight to a prison there. But he's not.
I'll be taking some messages again then.
Is there any more information on these cults?
Not
Like,
that
are they
isn't-
worship specific, perhaps?
There's 2 or 3 candidates. Here are your papers. And he hands half of the stack over to whoever will take it.
I'll take it.
And I know I have a chit around here somewhere. Ah, there we go. And he hands you a transit service chit as well. Looks like the ministry's actually springing for two-way this time, so...
Yeah, well, that's a plus.
Yeah, it's convenient.
Alright. Do you know, you said this, the Herald is at least a little well known for existing, being a rogue dwarf. What's he do? How's he a magic user? He tend to use knives? What are we talking about here? I want to know what I'm getting into fighting. 'Cause he's not going quietly. Bloody will guarantee that.
I'm afraid I'm not up to date on the reports, but I'm sure they're in that pamphlet somewhere.
Alright, best start reading. Thanks for your assistance. We'll be back with him intact, hopefully. Yeah, and you can put our name down as Deep Sight Detectives. Kind of fits.
Ah, perfect. Perfect. All right.
Alright, come on, everyone. Let's, now let me go get my horse as I review this bloody notes. Gotta be
Alright.
something.
And there was the question of whether to leave now or in the morning.
How about the morning? We deserve at least one night in comfort. Besides, I gotta review these notes, and there's enough of them here to at least give me an hour work of looking. Gonna see if I can research his name. Harrow means he abandoned his clan, and he starts muttering to himself.
Yeah, while Bombard is looking at the notes on Kodak, Fulton will be looking at all the notes on the cultists and the cults and the...
That makes sense. You're better at the religion part, and I'll be better at the dwarven part of it.
Yep. And I shall have those notes available for you on the forum.
Lovely.
Right.
So yeah, plan is to go over that stuff, maybe come to a plan together, and then leave in the morning, character-wise.
Sounds good.
Actually, I wonder if I should go ahead and get the new day and spells and stuff now.
You might as well do it now. I mean, we got a little bit of time.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
That was odd, okay. Spells. Spells. Praying to Ayamede and getting spells.
Well, I'm going to go get some eating, so I'm assuming we're done for the
That's
day.
not what I want to do. I don't know, are we?
I have no idea.
I beg pardon?
Is that the session for the night? Do you have more planned, or can I go
Nope.
eat?
Nope. You don't have any spells to prepare, so go on ahead.
Alright, everyone else have fun for the next 20 minutes. Me, I'm going to go
We'll
Go
see you next
stuff your
week.
face.
see you next week.
Next
Night.
week.
God, that feels good not having to spend like 20 minutes on that crap. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Lucky you.
Yep. I had to do 2 casters. Yeah. Goodbye.
Right. Okay, first level cleric spells. Do. Let me check something really quick here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm checking how long the Vindicator shield lasts. Lasts for 24 hours or until struck in combat. Okay.
Yes.
So at some point it will need to be refreshed. Although he'd probably, just put another channel energy into it right before he goes to bed, and then it should only wear off next time he gets hit, or when it's time to go to bed the next day.
And that, for some reason, is doing nothing but remind me of a friend of mine's habit of keeping no sorcery spells whatsoever in his decks, and just always, very last thing, before you end your turn, I cast this.
That might be a useful spell to have. Command.
Dazing True Seeing.
Does that daze yourself, or does it turn into a gaze
It would
attack?
daze you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because True Seeing has a range of personal, doesn't it?
Yep. Technically,
Wait,
you can do
you
that.
can use it to daze your. You can use it to daze your familiar. I don't know fucking why, but
It said something I didn't like.
Although I could also put dazing on Greater Dispel and really screw over a mage I come across.
mm,
Oh wait, dazing only works when you deal hit point damage. Never mind.
mm.
Huh, I didn't actually use a second level spell at all. Oh god, the spells.
Mm, mm.
So many.
I can't wait to use Reach Dazing Excruciating Deformation.
Each day. Uh-huh. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that one up. Excruciating.
Your touch attack causes your target to become painfully malformed. Its limbs twist and buckle, while its body contorts uncontrollably, shifting and warping. Each round, the target suffers excruciating pain and takes 2d6 points of non-lethal damage, 1 point of dexterity damage, and 1 point of constitution damage. And its speed is reduced by 10 feet. Once per round as a free action on its turn, the target can attempt a new fortitude saving throw to resist the spell for 1 round.
Mm.
The really fun thing is, when you put dazing on that, if you manage to hit with the touch attack, anytime they fail the fortitude save, they're now dazed for 3 rounds. They're now dazed for 3 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
So you could. It's possible to. It would be possible to keep somebody dazed for 24 rounds with that, while they're being f***ed over.
Yeah. Well, I guess I should be just happy that you didn't put persistent on it as well.
Well, that's why it has the evil. That's why it has the evil descriptor.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how the party will react when I do that to somebody. For extra fun, you can stack that with fleshworm infestation.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Double reach Fleshworm, so out to medium range.
That's
Yep.
just nasty.
Not as nasty as double reach plane shift if I hit them and they fail their save. I know I could just use maze, but and not give them a save, but I like the fact that if I hit them with that, it's permanent. It seems like a fair trade-off.
Mm-hmm. Dazing is a +3 modifier?
Yep. Because of stuff like that, I think it's fair enough.
The condition dazed isn't that bad, is it?
You're unable to take any actions.
Oh, right. I was thinking dazzled. -1 on attack rolls. Whoop-de-doo. Right, no. Dazed. Unable to act normally. As though the 2 result on a confusion. Right, yeah, that's a +3.
Yeah, and it resets itself every time they take damage from the dazing spell.
Yeah.
Like, if I hit somebody with that, they are completely fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, even if they have a good fort save, they're going to fail at some point.
Because, yeah, they're going to have to make 17 saves.
These
At your
spells
current
could also...
caster level.
It's awesome that these spells could just as easily be renamed Death Spiral, and it would be completely legitimate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only point where this isn't really going to really work against the target is if they have good SR.
Or if they're immune to fortitude saves, like undead or most constructs. Although one of them affects objects, I think.
One of which.
Nope. I thought one of them did, no. Fortitude partial, no. Okay, neither of those affect objects.
Yeah.
Those are the things I use plane shift on. Enjoy the positive energy plane.
Mm-hmm. Kerblooey.
Poof.
Yeah, I gave up on the idea of trying to affect multiple people with saber dice. Just control the field with walls and throw off polymorphs and crap.
Mm-hmm.
I like Wall of Iron because you can summon it in front of your fighter and then have him push it over onto the guy who's in front of him.
Bang.
That's actually a use of the spell listed in the spell's entry.
Yep.
I should have put a triple reach fleshworm infestation in there somewhere. You know, if we ever need to assassinate somebody, excruciating deformation with triple reach is a pretty good way to go about it. If I have line of sight to him, I can do it from about 1,000 feet away.
You're gonna need a freaking spyglass to make sure you're targeting the right person at 400 plus 10 per level. Or 40 per level.
I forgot to do something. I forgot to prepare my domain spell in that spot.
Ah, yep.
Let's see, 4th level domain spells I have. Order's Wrath or Holy Smite.
So about post 20 for me, did you read that thing I put up?
Which thing?
I put up a whole thing about prestige classes for you in the OOC section.
I responded to it.
Oh, I didn't see it. Let me see.
It was just before the session, like half an hour before.
Okay. I want to see. Yeah, I need a. The thing is, normally I just splice into another class, but I'd take rogue or something. But if you don't keep your caster level up, you'll become useless against higher level guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to do for mine either.
I mean, I'm okay for a while because I need to take levels in both of these classes I have at the moment. But
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Yeah, if you
Dark
stick
Scholar,
with
you
those,
did
you're
it.
good till
Thanks.
30.
yeah,
Oh, hit dice.
I redid the phrasing to make it use Pathfinder terms instead of 3.5, and added a few extra tomes.
There aren't D4 classes in Pathfinder. It would be D6.
Oh, the hit dice?
Yeah, everything's been standardized so that caster classes get D6, rogue classes get D8, etc.
Yes. All right. Yeah, D6 then.
Okay, so question. I need to buy a certain spell component. I do not know if I can get it in this town. It is for Commune. It is apparently holy or unholy water and incense worth 500 gold pieces.
Perform oratory 17 ranks, really? You know I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, okay, what was the spell again?
Commune?
Ah, commune. No, not commune with nature. Go away, history. Okay, you need holy water and incense worth 500. Yeah, you worship a major god, so yeah, that is no problem.
Okie dokie. Should I just go ahead and spend some money to get that?
You can find that on fairly short notice.
Yeah. Can I get more than one?
Oh, it is a material, sure.
Yeah, just like... let's get 4 more, just a total of 5 castings of it, I suppose. So that'd be 2,000 more gold pieces, I think. Yeah. Okie dokie. That should be it for me preparing spells then. I will add that to my sheet.
Cool. I'm not sure how much use these new books are, but especially with that ridiculous requirement, perform oratory.
That is a very odd book, yeah. Okay. Ooh.
I was trying to follow the what's name, the theme put forth to me by the existing tomes.
Right. It's...
I like.
And I felt the absence of flavor on the existing tomes was quite rude, so I made sure to add some.
Well, D&D Tools is open game content, so it can't have the flavor.
Yes.
No, it's not like the ones in here are bad, and I get to keep up my cat, so it's good stuff. That means I'll get those level 10 spell slots that I can use for casting dazing level 7 spells if I want.
Alright, so I need to do the same, go off and eat something before my stomach decides to eat itself.
Yep.
As cool of a party trick that might be.
Well,
Just
Oh,
give me a moment, I will pull my stomach out of my body and you will see that it is turned in on itself. Sure, that isn't unpleasant for anyone.
I like the existing tome, the 10,000 Unspeakable Names, because then I get to cast conjuration spells at +3 my caster level.
mhm.
More summoning! We don't have enough.
Yeah, Tapestry Traveler, man.
Obviously, I need to start casting Gate.
Don't. Gate's useless. Planar Binding's better in so many ways, mostly because, well, Gate has an expensive material component cost, so Summon Monster 9's better than it right off the bat.
Sure, that's my domain spell. So either that, or actually Summon Monster 9, so I'll probably be using that more. So Monster 9 will just always be a lawful monster.
Oh, cool. I didn't realize I could make all of my spells level 7 or, well, level 8 or lower by the time I can take this cast silenced. That's awesome.
Alright, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
See you
Yeah,
later.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
See you next week.
Okay, well, thanks for that, and have a good night. I'm gonna go get something to eat before I have to work.